Hey guys, it's Mark Shepard here, Crypto Cranker's Guide to the Galaxy of Greed and Grooviness in the Bitcoin ecosystem, the Bitcoin universe, and this is my video number 3 for day 101 of my 90-day challenge. And my Mac OS just updated, so everything closed out. So I was reopening my Exodus wallet, and I got this warning. It seems as if you may be receiving Bitcoin mining rewards or small transactions, which I do every day. I get a little money from my Genesis mining contracts. If you try to send Bitcoin now, this will cost you $78. You can read more about this by clicking Learn More. I thought this might be interesting to you guys. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but I wanted to record it before I click this Learn More, so let's see what we got here. Learn more. I received Bitcoin mining payments. Why are the fees so high? The Bitcoin network calculates fees based on the number of transactions and the size of kilobytes of each transaction. The size of a transaction depends on the number of inputs that hold funds. The more inputs you have, the more expensive the transaction. Please note that the fees are not based on the amount of Bitcoin involved in a transaction, as many users are confused about this. One of the easiest ways to think about this is with change in dollars. $1 is the same as 100 pennies. However, it requires more work to count 100 pennies and give it to someone for payment than it does to hand over a $1 bill. This is similar to the Bitcoin network. So we might be learning something here, people. Let's look at an example. Alice receives 0.01 Bitcoins every day from her mining contract for 100 days. Bob receives a payment of 1 Bitcoin once. Both Alice and Bob now have a 1 Bitcoin balance. If Alice and Bob now try to send 1 Bitcoin, Alice will have a much larger fee than Bob. This is because the Bitcoin network has to do a lot more work for Alice to bundle all of her small change inputs together versus Bob, who just has 1 input. This is similar to someone who tries to spend 100 pennies versus a $1 bill. Both amounts have the same value. The 100 pennies take longer to count, so it's harder to make the transaction. If you receive small payments over time from a mining contract, you're collecting pennies essentially. When you send these dozens of small inputs out as one payout, the Bitcoin network requires these inputs to be smushed together and batched into one payment. The fees on these transactions are far higher than those for sending a more reasonable 1 to 3 input transaction. We have seen fees as high as $50 to $200 for mining contract payouts that have gone on for years. In a few cases, the fee required to send your Bitcoin is even higher than your Bitcoin balance. Because of this, we advise users to either receive larger payouts less frequently or receive their payouts in an asset like Dash or Ethereum, which do not use the same UTXO-based system as Bitcoin or Litecoin, and thus will not have exorbitant mining fees because of it. There's a good thing. So maybe I need to go to Genesis Mining and change my payout into Dash. See if I can do that. So this, I think, might be helpful. This is a helpful little piece of info, people. And again, we don't learn this stuff until we get into it, right? There's so much to learn. This is so different from what we're used to that there's a lot of misunderstanding. So, example case. The following is an example of a customer paying $16 in fees. You can see this here in this transaction. The fee is located under inputs and outputs. Total input 34, total output 18, fees $16. That's crazy. Now the reason why the customer was charged this much is twofold. They had many inputs. The Bitcoin network charges a fee per byte, and every input is about 152 bytes. If the Bitcoin network charges a fee per byte, then the price for each byte is 210 satoshis at the time of this transaction. This roughly translates to 1.2 cents per byte. And so the total bytes was 1369. You can see this under the summary, blah, blah, blah. If we multiply 1369 by 0.012, we get $16 for the network fee. If you are receiving mining deposits, each deposit creates a 52-byte input, so I would recommend using another wallet like blockchain.info to receive deposits because you can customize the fee. You cannot customize the fee in Exodus. You can then combine all of the inputs and get charged a low fee by sending the Bitcoins to Exodus then. This way, when you send BTC out from Exodus, it will only be 1 input that you're charged for. To prevent this from happening, I would recommend going to wallets, BTC, Click send and enter the amount of BTC you want to send out. This way you can see the network fee at the bottom left corner. Yeah. Sugar. So I either need to send my Genesis mining money to a different wallet, which I'm not going to do. So I need to go to Genesis and see if I can change the wallet to become to have them send it to me in Dash. And do you see what's happening? People, this is really significant. Please pay attention to this. What's happening is Bitcoin is very clearly not the currency we thought it was going to be that everybody could use that costs almost nothing. That was the original promise of Bitcoin. That's why a lot of people are upset. However, if Dash works better, let's use Dash, right? This is how it's going to happen. This is how the big shift into adoption is going to happen. We're going to learn the hard way what we can and can't do. Do you know what I mean? We know intuitively that counting out pennies while there's a line of people behind us at Starbucks is not socially acceptable. Very few people will go into a Starbucks with a handful of change and count it out right on the counter. They may count it out ahead of time. But there's a social piece and there's a practical piece. So that's what we're studying here. Thanks for checking in. This has been my second special report today, my third video today, and I just happen to have time to do it. And I thought that might be helpful for you guys. So let's call it done, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm trying to keep the really important key information separate and simple so you can find it again if you need it. And again, you can always go to Exodus. If you have an Exodus wallet, go there. They have a lot of, a whole knowledge base, which is very helpful. All right, so that's it for now. My name is Mark Shepard. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share it. Please leave a comment below if you have time for that, if you have a question. And I'll do my best to do the research for you and figure it out and explain it to you in actual language that even I can understand, because I'm kind of slow with this tech stuff. All right, so thanks so much. I'll see you. If not today, I'll see you tomorrow morning in the Morning Cryptos, okay? Check it out. I love you guys. Thanks. All right, over now. Start the music.